Hi everybody, this is Dee over at Aloha Astra, and today is April the 29th, 2018. It is the full moon in Scorpio this evening at about 8:58 p.m., about 9 o'clock in the evening Eastern Time, where I'm located. And if you would like to read what I have to say about the energy of the day based on the transit of the moon and the aspects it's making to the other planets, you can visit my site where the daily scope is posted. And this is an energy that affects everybody in a general way. If you were interested in finding out more about how this full moon is affecting you, I am available for consultations, and it's very easy to schedule an appointment at the top of the website here, or any of the other links will take you through to book an appointment with me so you can find out what's going on in your own natal chart. Today, let's take a look at what is going on over here, where we can see the chart at planetwatcher.com, and we can see that we have Moon and Sun in opposition. Together they form a square to the North Node in Leo. And whenever the North Node is involved, there can be a feeling of something that must be done or has to be done, a feeling of destiny or karma, purpose that can come to the fore when you have any type of an aspect pattern being activated involving the North Node. So this may feel like a particularly intense full moon because of the involvement of the North Node in this fixed fire sign, and it's a very creative sign as well. So the push to create something or make something happen, since we have an involvement here with a loose conjunction of Jupiter and Scorpio, wanting to see something come to fruition. Generally, the full moon is a time of manifestation or bringing something to a head, wanting to see a completion or a culmination, and there may be more of an intense feeling toward that because of this T-square pattern here with the Sun in Taurus. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, and it is very material. It rules the senses, and it has a lot to do with our money, our materialism, and how we express our values and our self-esteem, sense of self-worth. In the energy of Scorpio, this is where we merge with others on an intimate level, and where we share assets and resources. And this can be a deeply spiritual sign as well. It's incredibly intuitive, and sometimes boundary issues come up with Scorpio moon transits. And whenever it pulls toward Taurus, we can have trust issues arise. So I touch on that more in my written report for today. And we can see that we also have some energy going from both Moon and Sun to Saturn in Capricorn. And Saturn is the ruling planet of this cardinal earth sign. So wanting to have an achievement, to come up to the top, to see success, to make something real, to realize something, is what the supportive aspects to the Moon and the Sun speak of. And they may also, this pattern here may also be emphasizing the material side of life and things like stability and security, feeling safe, feeling that you have something. There is also some energy that flows over here to Mars and Pluto, and Mars and Pluto together are quite volatile, and these two planets together, Mars wants to take action and Pluto wants to transform, and Pluto will intensify anything that it aspects. So when we have these two kind of hot planets together pushing in the energy of Earth, it's the force of willpower and determination that can literally move a mountain, can break through things, or can be quite destructive in a negative way. It really depends on how it's directed. It is making a loose square to the planet Uranus in in Aries, so we have some more fire coming in through a planet of change. And being at the 29th degree, the final degree, the feeling here may be that there's an imperative involved, like something must happen, something must break, something must push forward, that time is running out, or maybe it's last chance to get something done, to change something. So a lot of force can come forward right now, and it can be directed toward constructive things. The issues that can come up right now at the full moon, what do you fear? Whenever we have Pluto involved in an aspect with Moon in Scorpio, and we have some other very mortal and realistic planets, both Saturn here and Mars in Capricorn, this looks at the reality of life and being here in body and our safety and our support and what we need. Is our business being successful? Are we making enough money? Do we feel safe and secure? Are we concerned about our government and our world and politics and things that might seem threatening to us? If we don't feel safe and secure, then we might feel that we've reached an ultimatum point, a time where we need to do something that's going to establish greater security. And I feel that by opening up and trusting to others who have common goals, we can get to where we want to be, and we can have healing and we can have productivity. We have a wonderful trine here between Jupiter in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces that can bring good flow and abundance. We have a nice trine going on between Mercury in Aries and the North Node, so that I think we can get some clear sight in terms of the direction to head. And Leo energy wants to include other people. It's concerned with humankind, wants to consider other people, a friend, a comrade. So I think we can have good communication toward a common goal that can work in everybody's favor. And we do have a nice trine between the Sun in Taurus and Saturn in Capricorn that points towards something constructive coming out of the present energy. Sometimes there is discomfort or upheaval in growth, and I think that you may become aware at this full moon of what needs healing, what needs to be eliminated, where you might need to open up and trust more, where you need to get clearer in what your goals are, and maybe prioritize what is most important. And there's a common bond here in terms of constructive work. And the Sabian symbol for the day points out, or for the moon, if we round up 9 degrees 39 minutes, which is the degree that the moon will be full in this evening, we have Scorpio 10 degrees, a fellowship supper reunites old comrades, the overtones of human relationships based on a community of work or experiences. This symbol pictures the essential nature of the bond that unites individuals who have participated in some common activity. The social feeling of communion, plus all that it engenders, arises after the act performed together. Activity is at the root of consciousness. Activity in common generates social consciousness and cultural patterns, which become set in the form of institutions. A group personality emerges, which displays characteristic features and gives birth to collective emotions and values. This is the final stage of the 44th fivefold sequence. Wherever the symbol appears, it suggests the importance of establishing or strengthening links with those with whom one has shared or can share living experiences. The value of comradeship is emphasized. And in my written report here for the day, I also bring up the point of sharing, because these 2nd and the 8th houses, which are ruled respectively by Taurus and Scorpio, point to values and point to materialism, the things that we own or possess, how we share, and sharing is an important thing. Cooperation and sharing of energy directed toward a goal gives trust and self-worth fertile ground in which to grow. Our survival and ability to thrive in life is dependent on sharing who we are and what we have, and we establish necessary rules to keep the misuse of power or abuse in check. I didn't go into the potential dark side of this transit, and that is if there are things having to do with abuse or a misuse of power in your life or on a larger global level, it may be time now to address that and to rectify it or to reach out for help. So I particularly like this old postcard image I found of Boy Scouts having a little camp out together under the full moon. And this is a perfect example of a social organization that teaches survival, basically, in life, and not just in the great outdoors, but the rules by which we function in society to have certain qualities and values that support a good life through cooperation with others and generosity. So another thing that both the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, be prepared. I would say that the full moon is a good time for you to look at what your resources are doing and be prepared if there are things that you are worried or concerned about. If you have a way to do things in advance of or to increase your feelings of security, then this would be a good time to look at things like that. Look at your investments, look at your insurances, think about your future plans so that you can sleep better at night. It's a good time to look at those things that you value, and not just the values on the material level, but your values on the personal level. So be safe with this full moon, and I look forward to seeing you next time.